right, so repeating it back. Do you experience compersion when your partner dates other people? Is there anything that would keep you from feeling as compulsive?
I absolutely do. When you're dating women. When you're dating men, I would absolutely not. So that would be it.
Explain more. Elaborate.
Nope. That's it.
Okay, welcome back.
What's up, y'all? We back.
All right, so let's get started with the next question. Do you have that coin?
Yeah, of course I do.
All right, so you want to call it first?
I'm going with heads. Tails. Every time.
All right, so the next question is, do you experience compersion when your partner dates other people? Is there anything that would keep you from feeling as compulsive? So first, let me break down compersion. So compersion is... Shut up. I saw that look. Compersion is
You can see it too. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Compersion is a concept within polyamory, but definitely extends outside of polyamory. And it basically means joy for another's joy. So it made sense to me in the context of like when you see a child just having so much fun, but you're not doing anything with them, you're just witnessing their joy, and that just brings joy to your heart. That's what it is, but in a relationship context. So finding joy from your partner being able to experience other connections.
Right.
And people within the community say that's how you get through jealousy, because you do have to grow through jealousy. Jealousy is usually rooted in insecurities. And reminding yourself that you want to be happy for your partner can be a way to work through that. However, you can also be compulsive and jealous at the same time. That also does exist. And you can also not necessarily feel joy, but just feel neutral. Like, I'm glad you're out, you know, making your connections and you're free to do that, but I'm not like jumping for joy about it. Okay. So when I first started on my polyamory journey, I definitely looked up a lot about compersion as far as how to combat the jealousy. And the way that I tried to go about feeling it was through being your friend and hearing about your connections. And that did not work for me. It only made my anxiety go up. So I realized through La Loca, I don't know, Sawyers.
I don't know what she's referring to.
I want to quote her right. She is a non-monogamy coach, and she's a polyam advocate. She has a Facebook page that I follow, but she does a lot of things. Like, I think she just put on an event, and she's, I think, in a short film. Like, she's been working. La Vida Loca Sawyers, or La Vida Loca Sawyers is her Facebook page. So she's been very helpful for me in my polyam growth journey. And she basically normalized the fact that we don't have to feel compersion if that's not naturally coming to us. That neutrality is also okay. And that's was really helpful, because I was like really beating myself up, because like, especially as a newbie, they say like, this means like you're a good polyamorous person if you're feeling compersion, and it just was not coming. So I was like, am I doing this wrong? Like, you know, and then don't dare mention that to a monogamous person, because then they will just take away all of your polyamorous identity. Well, I guess you're not polyamorous then. And it's like, the fuck? Just because I'm not feeling joy doesn't mean I don't like dating multiple people, you know? Like, again, two different fucking things. But yeah, so it was definitely a journey for me to understand that I don't naturally experience compersion. Again, in that way, and regarding to romantic relationships. Is there anything that would keep me from feeling as compulsive? I don't know. I am more happy if I don't know details. Like, I can be more happy for you with your connections if I just don't know like specific details about that connection. Because the more I know, then my anxiety is going up. So then I'm focusing more on trying to manage my anxiety versus focusing on your happiness. So I can more so focus on your happiness when I don't know the details. So yeah.
Okay.
All right, so repeating it back. Do you experience compersion when your partner dates other people? Is there anything that would keep you from feeling as compersive?
I absolutely do. When you're dating women. When you're dating men, I would absolutely not. So that would be it.
Explain more, elaborate.
Nope, that's it. Don't be dating no man. I joke. I kid.
Did y'all see that on the video? I saw that face.
Alright, so yeah, I'm very happy when you're dating other women. This goes back to the example of the woman we were talking about on the couch, where it was like, yeah, I was trying to play the role of you good.
Sorry, my contact around my eye.
Okay. Just checking. But yeah, I came in with the perspective of like, I want to make sure that a potential woman that you're dating understands that the man that you're with isn't on some jealousy, hateful, spiteful shit. Because there are examples of bisexual women who have partners met male partners, and when they try to, explore their actual bisexuality when it comes to the dating marketplace, they often get shamed, or the guy might feel some type of way because he's emasculated because he doesn't. I don't even fucking know. Because I don't have those feelings. But
check out our last episode, How to Date a Bisexual Woman.
Yes, please do.
Link in the description below.
Because we went into depth about that, and we'll probably revisit that for sure. But yeah, maybe the guy just feels some type of way because he thinks, oh, I should be the only person that you want or desire sexually, or whatever else that might be, whatever the case might be. Some insecurities might pop up. So I'm going into it wanting whoever you're dating to feel comfortable about the fact that you have a male partner, and that he's actually supportive of your connection with that new person. So I am always coming from that perspective. And then also, I like seeing you finally embrace your sexuality and this part of yourself that's been kind of denied for a while.
26 years.
Yeah. So I actually do find a lot of joy in that. There's no discomfort for me. I don't have a disgust or dislike factor either. Like, I like seeing two women. I like seeing women who I'm already attracted to with another attractive woman. That's not going to be a problem for me. So in regards to you interacting with someone of the same sex and y'all, exploring that relationship, compersion, like, I got good vibes for everybody in that situation. Now, take some sip of water for this shit. When it comes to other niggas, when it comes to the fellas, I don't really know. I maybe had the same basic mindset that you have overall when it comes to me dating anyone. Like, I don't want to hear about it.
Well, you're also only dating women, so.
Yeah.
So.
You're also only dating women, right?
I know, but you say when it comes.
Please say yes.
You said when it comes to me dating anyone, and I'm like, well, you're only dating women, so.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
Just like you're having issues with me dating men,
Yeah, but you don't date men, right?
Oh my gosh. Continue.
Woo! Alright, y'all. But yeah, as I was saying, when it comes to dating men, I think I do take the same approach. Like, I'm not a person who's restrictive, and I signed up for this poly life, knowing that I don't want to be the person who creates a double standard within our dynamic where it's like I can do whatever I want, see whoever I want, date whoever I want, interact with whomever I want, and then you're just like, you just have to witness that while you are restricted by my insecurities and not allowing you to do the same or similar.
And that's why polygyny is not for me.
Yeah. So those are my thoughts. I also don't want to hear about it though. Like I don't like the thought of that. I don't like any of the emotions associated with you talking to another guy. But if it's something that you want to do and it makes you happy, I'm also not a person who's going to restrict you to that. But I have warned about the effects that will have on our connection. Mm-hmm. So although I'm not saying that you can't do anything, I am saying that it will affect our connection. Just like how I'm not saying that you have to live in Oakland, you know what I mean? But if you were to, I got a new job in Atlanta, I'm going there. I'm like, I'll be like, damn, that's good for you. I can't stop you. But just know that might affect our connection to the point where things won't be the same, and it has consequences to us potentially not being together because of that. So it's like, yo, I am that person who's like, yo, live your life. Understand the consequences would come with living that life, just like how I do, you know. So that's my take on it.
What did you think about the guy that I dated very briefly? It was around the time that I dated the first woman. He lived in the Bahamas.
I didn't consider that dating.
I mean, it's long distance, so you know, there's already questions on that. But like, I was talking to him consistently. Like, we would have video chats and stuff.
Do I see or hear about any of these things?
I think I would talk to him about him because he was polyamorous. He had 2 girlfriends already. Shout out to him, because that's capacity. Because he was talking to me and had 2 whole ass girlfriends. Woo. But
I'm not even gonna say it. I wonder how those relationships are going.
I have no idea. He moved to Atlanta, so I have no idea.
But yeah,
he's a good guy though. He's a good guy. He opened my eyes a lot about polyamory, especially as a man.
I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't mean that he's gonna work out. No. But yeah, I didn't want to hear or like, yeah, it wasn't the same. There was no details and nothing else like that. And then also there's no physical part. For men, for fellas, we all know this. Like, for the most part, in general, obviously there are exceptions, but let's stop acting like this isn't the case for a lot of people. Women, when it comes to emotionality, when it comes to relationships and connection, that's what's paramount when it comes to why they might feel some type of way about another partner. When it comes to men, on the flip side, it's more physical. So if you're sleeping with, doing sexual things with another man, I'm more likely to feel some type of way than if you're talking to somebody about your emotions and other things, because those aren't necessarily, biologically speaking, the things I'm concerned about. There's no threat from a primal. We're talking just primal, not necessarily fleshed out through logic, from a primal sense of like, oh, well, this man is talking to my woman, so that's cool. But if this man is fucking my woman, then that means my seed won't get, from a biological primal sense, like, then that means my child won't be the one that actually gets born. It might be his child. That's just where that comes from. And knowing the origins of that is why I don't want to hear about those things. Because again, you can do you, but I don't want to hear about that because I know that's going to trigger that part of me that's just innate and I have no control over.
And I think, for me, I don't want to hear about any of it. Sex with you and other women, or emotions really either. I've gotten used to you showing affection in front of me, thanks to our friend and roommate. We'll see about when you have a romantic partner, because it's different, but she's helped normalize that for me. But at first, with the woman we were in a triad with, that was uncomfortable too, when you would be showing affection to her in front of me. So yeah, challenges. We hard in these streets.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
All right. You calling it? It's on you.
Heads.
Let me flip that one more time.
I almost hit yourself in the face.
Heads.
Dang, I'm getting it.
Yeah, you killing it.
You won it last time. All right. How transparent in communication are you? Or are we? So that's one of the things that is stressed within polyamory is open, honest, transparent communication. This does not work if there is not open, honest, transparent communication. However, you all get to decide the levels to this shit. So, the lack of details was just a recent realization for me, and that's when I expressed that to you. So we did have to revisit what our communication looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, it was let me know when you're talking to someone, like you're building a connection with someone. Let me know when you're going out on dates, when you're staying over, when she's coming over. And then it was also like, those were like things I need to know, and I think that hasn't necessarily changed, except for let me know when you're connecting with someone. Now it's just like, just let me know when you're going out and if she's coming over, and if you're staying the night. Like, those things have changed, but I don't really need to know about her anymore, because that's details. Like, unless I'm going to meet her, like, I don't really need to know the details about her. Honestly, we'll see if she sticks around long enough for me to learn the details. That's also where we're at. But
everybody makes the cut.
Yeah, but
tight squad out here.
Yeah, so I think that's how our transparent communication has changed. I would also say, what was I gonna say? We were just a lot more open before. Like, you would show me when you're on the dating apps and like the conversations and stuff, or show me their pictures. Like, you were just a lot more open, and I allowed you to be. We had that.
Yeah, that's only why I did.
Yeah,
you said you was cool.
Because again, I was trying to show up in the friend role in that way. Now I can still do that. I never
said any of that. I already said from the jump. I don't
with men.
Shit.
With men.
I don't want nope.
With men.
I don't even like it.
So, but I can still show up in the friend role as far as like, if we're out and about and you want to approach someone, or if you're flirting with someone, it's when that connection gets deeper than that, when it's like, I no longer can be in that role for you in that way.
So let me understand it. So when I'm first getting to know a woman, you're cool with knowing that, but when things get deeper, you want to know less? It's
not even
so when she gets past the stage of like talking and there's potential actual relationship.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean specifically related to, we're out. This is not dating apps. Like, we're out and about. You see somebody, you're eyeing somebody down. That's cool. We can have that conversation because I'll be looking too. If we're out and you want to approach someone, or we're going to an event specifically in the friend role, so like we're not going together, we're not attached to each other, you can go on your walkabout and talk about who you met, like that I'm okay with. But if you got numbers, whatever happens with that number exchange, unless it ends up in a relationship, I don't need to know the details.
Okay.
But if you're using dating apps, that's an entirely different situation. Yeah, that's an entirely different situation. Because, yeah, it's just different. Like, you're more likely to establish a connection, like, quickly, you know, with consistent talking. Versus, like, I met you once, you know? Like, I'm cool with the meet and greet.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah.
Let me check the battery on this thing to make sure it's still right. It's still at 31.
Okay. All right. Well, next, going to you. How transparent in communication are you? Or are we?
I think I'm pretty transparent. I mean, I talk about everything that...
Oh, sorry. I'm an open book as far as what I got going on.
Yeah, I'm... Again, we had to navigate things because things are different. She was over here like, I want to know everything. And then when she found out about everything, she was like, I don't want to know anything. So, a little bit different.
Growth journey.
Yeah. Guess who has to go through all that? Anyways, versus me, I don't want to hear shit
about men.
I don't want even. I hope it ain't happening. I hope it's not happening at all. I don't want to hear shit. But I think we're good at communication overall, especially when it comes down to. And we were just talking about this. We had a conversation about this last night. When it comes to actually interacting with partners outside of our dynamic and our relationship, when it comes to sex, when it comes to testing, when it comes to just having each other's back emotionally if something's going wrong, safety, all that stuff. I think we're really good at communicating so that at a bare minimum we're not disrupting our connection together. I think that's the most important part. The communication should be a means to maintain or improve your connection, Mike Tyson, connection with each other. I don't think it should be, communicating for the sake of communicating. I think it is unnecessary to communicate everything if it's going to be actually detrimental to the connection that you have. So I think it should be, when you communicate something about the partner or other person that you're involved with, you should ask the question, how is this benefiting our dynamic together, you know? And that doesn't mean that you don't have any hard conversations, because a difficult conversation that might make your partner feel uncomfortable might be necessary for your connection to still maintain and grow. So like if you are dating a guy and it gets serious, I still need to know. Yeah. Because if not, that's gonna make it even worse. Find out later, what the fuck? Who was this nigga? You know what I mean? So that's gonna be a painful conversation. I'm not gonna like that, but it might be necessary in order to get to that next step. So I think overall our communication is pretty well, but it's switched and it's been more targeted towards what is necessary and beneficial towards our connection versus just communicating openly for the sake of saying that we do it, or for the sake of what we were saying before on the previous topic. Oh, now I have all this compersion because I'm practicing this, when it's like, that doesn't actually work for me. It's okay. So we don't need to communicate that. That's actually doing harm to our connection. So knowing those things, I think, is crucial to navigating that space.
All right, next question. Let's flip it. You call it.
All right, I'm going with tails. See what it is?
Finally. All right. So, all that being said, how do we feel when we meet each other's partner, and or when our partner is out on a date? So, how do you feel when you meet someone I'm dating, or when I'm out on a date with that person?
All right, so how do I feel when you meet, and I'm going to go with all women for this example, because you already know from what I said last time how I would react if it was a dude. I wouldn't like it.
How would you react? I think there would be less meetings.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't meet. I wouldn't want to meet. So if there was a meeting, I wouldn't like it. So yes, when it comes to women, I'm happy for you. That compersion comes out. Like, I'm happy for you when you're going out on a date, when you're finally meeting somebody, or when I'm meeting that person that you're dating more seriously, or if it's casual or whatever it might be. I'm still happy for you because I think you're experiencing parts of yourself that you never had, which I've always wanted you to do. And kind of like we were saying with the example of the woman on the couch, I go into it wanting to make sure that she feels safe as well with me being your partner, because there might be a history of her dating somebody who also had another partner, a guy, and then him wilding out on her like, you trying to take my girl or whatever. I don't know what it is, but having both of y'all feel safe, both of the women who are involved in that situation feel safe, is good for me. So I go into it with positivity and hoping for the best. And there's also a glimmer of safety concerns, and I think we talked about that on the last episode,
how to date a bisexual woman.
So other than safety concerns and making sure that she's not a toxic individual that could potentially traumatize you, which will have a trickle down effect on me because I'm gonna have to pick up the pieces and shit. Obviously, it's gonna be me. She gonna be gone. Her toxic ass. But other than that, I'm all in good spirits when it comes to that stuff. Ain't no skin over my back. That shit cool. What about you though?
Alright, so let me just say again, take a listen to We Took a Break to Fall in Love, where we talk about how we began our relationship and we break down how we were exposed to polyamory and embrace that individually prior to beginning our relationship. So I was insecure in the stability of our relationship when we first made our commitment, and that's more so because we already had a situationship for 2 years. So you committing to me, I didn't trust. And then also I have history of relationship injuries, of my relationships never lasting past a year. So I was very insecure about you being with me. Okay. So that, and again, jealousy usually is based in insecurity. So there was that part. I also was still, like, 2018 was when I was exposed to polyamory. Like, sure, I did a deep dive on what polyamory is about, and that's how I connected to it. But as far as the work that it takes, I was a baby. So you've seen me growing up. I'm 3 years old now in this polyam game, and you dealt with my baby in my infancy. So
big ass baby, whining like a muffin.
So there was still a lot of deprogramming of monogamy conditioning that I had to go through. So that being said, the scarcity mentality around love and relationships, I was battling that. So if I'm meeting a partner, if he's out on a date, it's comparing, it's thinking he's going to leave me for her, and it was a lot of the scarcity mentality, and I had to change my perspective and think more in abundance and be more secure in your commitment to me to navigate that. And I used to fear a lot of abandonment because of that scarcity mentality. So like, it was, another woman was still a threat to me, as that is seen in monogamy. And what was interesting, when I met, I think it was prior to us being in a relationship, a little bit prior, but it was the same year, 2018, the woman you had dated. When I met her, it was like the complexity of that, all that, those emotions, and also I can't make her feel like I'm a jealous partner, because then that may impact, right? Because that may impact her connection with him.
Automatically, she knew it.
I don't know how. I was trying so hard. I said hi. We talked about my mask on the wall, and that was it. That was all we talked about.
Looking her up and down.
I was very nervous when I first met her. I was very nervous. I haven't met anybody else except the person that we dated together that you've experienced. So
on a dry spell, y'all. Ladies, hit me up.
But you also don't always want me to meet them, so there's that too.
Well, no, I think we've gone over why.
Okay.
We talking about right now.
Well, I mean, this was my infancy. So I had to remind myself that he chose me, that I was safe. So now I'm you know, time is going on, so I'm getting out of the scarcity mentality, right? But now I have a lot of anxiety. So I described it as like the first day of school. Like, it's just,
keep going.
You going to the bathroom? So I'm like, don't cut this part. But hey, it's the real family. It's your girl Rocqi.
And your boy Oso.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does two very important things. One, it gives you notification on our new content, and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week.
Every week.
You know, every week.
Every week.
And then number two, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you, subscribe to our podcast, and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
You know? And be sure to subscribe.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.